Again, I just want to say to everybody, Shabbat Shalom. Um, you know, we Jews, we say blessings or brachot in Hebrew for just about every occasion, from ritual moments, such as lighting Shabbat candles, we say a blessing, to the sublime, like when you see a rainbow, you say a blessing. Even to things that are very, very mundane, like even you're supposed to, traditionally, you say a blessing after you go to the bathroom. So we're saying blessings all of the time to recognize God's role in our lives and God's power in the world. So with that being said, it's appropriate to think about what bracha, what blessing should we say after receiving the COVID-19 vaccine. That is definitely a monumental moment, a moment that all of us have been waiting for now for almost a year. It's certainly a moment to mark with something special, to elevate it in kedusha and holiness. So, what bracha would you say for for getting the vaccine? A number of rabbis have been asked this question, and I've been looking into it. So, I'm going to share some ideas with you, and I'm going to share my screen also. So, we'll take a little magical mystery tour of blessings together, and we'll think about what bracha should you say when you get the COVID-19 vaccine. So again, let me share my screen and we'll take a look at a few. Here's one that would definitely be worth saying. Shechianu, of course. There it is in the Hebrew, the transliteration, and the English. The translation says, "Praised are you, Lord our God, source of the universe, for giving us life, for sustaining us, and for enabling us to reach this day." Certainly, Shechianu is appropriate. It's appropriate at many moments in life. Traditionally speaking, you say Shechianu when you're doing something for the first time. So getting COVID-19 vaccine is certainly, we've never done that before. It's also traditionally done when you're doing something that you haven't done in a full year, like, for Jewish holidays, we say Shechianu when we light Hanukkah candles, when we hear the shofar every year. So that's another time to say Shechianu. It's the blessing that is said whenever we realize the miracle, the miraculousness of a particular moment. So there's no question that Shechianu would be a very appropriate bracha to say when you receive the COVID-19 vaccine. There are some other thoughts, other things that we could say. Let me share my screen again. And there are two blessings that are a part of the Siddur, part of the ritual service. And this is, again, we're looking at Siddur Lev Shalem, the prayer book that we've been using periodically during this pandemic. These are two blessings where we recognize God's goodness in our lives. The first one is right here in the Hebrew. It says, Baruch Atah, and then it ends with the words Hatov v'Hametiv, which means Baruch Atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, who is good and who bestows goodness. Hatov v'Hametiv, who is good and who bestows goodness. According to the Mishnah, according to Jewish law, this is a blessing that is appropriate to say when you specifically are receiving benefit, but also when other people, potentially the masses, are receiving benefit from God's goodness. So certainly with getting a COVID-19 vaccine, not only are you becoming protected, but you're protecting everyone around you. And of course, millions of people are getting the vaccine and will continue to get the vaccine. Such an incredible process of rolling out a vaccine and distributing it. What a huge operation. So Hatov v'Hametiv would be another bracha, another blessing that would be perfectly appropriate to say. This is page 173 of the Siddur Lev Shalem, which also we have online on our website, so you can take a look at it anytime. And then finally, a third blessing that you could say is called Birkat HaGomel, which is the blessing that's appropriate to say in synagogue after you've recovered from a serious illness. We know that COVID-19 is deadly. Way too many people have died as a result of this disease during this pandemic. So Birkat HaGomel is a bracha to say when you survived a life-harrowing, a life-threatening experience. And it's actually meant to be said in the presence of your community. It includes the Baruch Atah formula, and then it ends with the words Hagomel l'chayavim tovot shigamalani kol tov. In English, that means Baruch Atah Adonai, sovereign of time and space, who bestows goodness on us despite our imperfections, and who has treated me so favorably. And then there's a line that the congregation says in response, may the one who has shown such favor to you continue to bestow all that is good upon you forever. So all of these are definitely appropriate. And not only are there traditional blessings that you could say, but there are new brachot, new blessings that are being written, composed right now in order to respond to COVID-19. I want to share one with you that's from one of my colleagues named Rabbi Karen Reese Medwed. So let me share my screen so you can see this. It's really a beautiful meditation of gratitude for receiving the COVID-19 blessing. So Rabbi Medwed wrote, with gratitude and thanksgiving to the healer of repairable hearts and restorer of brokenness, appreciation and thanks for inspiring the medical teams and scientists, granting them the wisdom, knowledge, and expertise to prepare this vaccine for all of us. May it be your will that with my vaccination, I will be granted the ability to heal and to keep safe humankind, and be granted the privilege to fulfill the mitzvah of one who saves a life. Blessed are you, healer of all who are sick. Again, that's Rabbi Karen Reese Medwed, who composed that bracha of thanksgiving for receiving the COVID-19 vaccine. So all four of these passages have one thing in common. They all engender a sense of gratitude, of being grateful. Given the heavy toll of this coronavirus, I know that all of us are grateful, not only that we have a vaccine, but that it was developed and made available in record time. This is truly an incredible achievement. So if you've gotten the vaccine already, Mazal Tov, that is just beautiful. For those of us who are waiting to get the vaccine, let's practice patience, in Hebrew savlanut, and hopefully, God willing, we'll all get vaccinated as soon as possible. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.